It's the 11th time she's done this year. And every time she does it, I can hear her as clearly as my own breathing. But she's never there. Not since she disappeared, since I told her not to worry about the monster and go back to bed. Since she vanished from our home without a trace. On the nights I hear her, I sometimes go back to her old bedroom and stand in front of the closet. Some nights, like tonight, a cold draft blows out from under the door. Anna hated stubble. There wasn't a feeling in the world that annoyed her like the feeling of hairs on her legs. She shaved daily, trying to prevent those little spots, but they kept growing and growing. Waxing didn't help long enough. Lasers weren't reliable yet. She had tried every miracle product and none worked, so she shaved. She'd spent the last hour trying to get to the root of the problem. The blades scraped until they were blunt, but she just kept seeing those damn hairs. It was maddening. Tired and slightly lightheaded, she took a break to check on her progress. A smile spread across Anna's face. She laughed happily as she put a new razor blade on her leg. Almost there. After all, her problem was only skin deep. At first, we thought the black liquid was oil, that we'd struck it rich, and that we'd be able to retire and live in leisure. We actually started writing down all the ways we'd spend the money. Our first choice was to spend until we had our dreams. Houses, cars, pets, food. We'd spend as much as we wanted to spend, and we'd be happy. Of course, we'd probably run out of money soon after. Our second choice was to spend mostly on the necessities, only indulging on luxuries when we were sure we were stable. Sadly, our dreams were cut short as we dug deeper and realized that we hadn't hit oil. Whatever it was, its eyes were gleaming as it started to rise from the ground. There were hundreds of us in the department store that day. An instant feeling of uneasiness enveloped us all as every cell phone amongst us rang simultaneously. All calls coming from the same unknown number. The same booming voice, delivering the same message.
Come outside. It's time.
The crowd filed out completely silently, some in tears. As we passed through the exits, we could see silent crowds and orderly lines filing out of neighboring stores as well. That's when the sun disappeared, and it began. Attention all citizens. We interrupt your regularly scheduled broadcast to bring you an urgent message. Numerous disc-shaped objects have been spotted in the sky. Experts believe that they are of extraterrestrial origin. All attempts to contact them have failed, and they are now killing civilians without stopping. The government has declared a state of emergency and martial law is now being enforced across the entire country. All citizens must remain in their homes. Do not attempt to leave your homes. Do not attempt to reach friends and family. Do not attempt to hold meetings, as the extraterrestrials are attracted to large groups. All citizens must hand over any communications device to the authorities. Devices with communication functions can be tracked by the extraterrestrials. All citizens must comply and obey any order without question. All citizens must report lawbreakers to the authorities. Any citizen that does not comply with the authorities will be shot on sight. If you cannot see any of the extraterrestrial discs in the sky, it has now been confirmed that they are capable of cloaking. In order to survive, you must obey orders without question. Do not refuse any order or you will be executed. All orders are given only for your protection. The extraterrestrials are targeting specific urban centers. If you cannot see them, remain calm. This message will repeat until all citizens have submitted to martial law.